Hello, everyone. Today I will explain a foundational concept in psychology called classical conditioning. You may have heard of Pavlov's dogs or Little Albert. Let's break down how learning through association works and how it affects us, even in school. Classical conditioning is when we learn to associate one stimulus with another, especially when one naturally causes a response. Ivan Pavlov discovered this by pairing a bell, a neutral sound, with food, which made dogs salivate. Eventually, the bell alone made them salivate. This shows that the behavior, salivating, was learned. For example, in Pavlov's experiment, the food is the unconditioned stimulus. Salivation is the unconditioned response. The bell starts as a neutral stimulus. After repeated pairings, the bell becomes the conditioned stimulus, and the salivation becomes a conditioned response. This diagram shows the process. Pavlov rang the bell and then gave food. Over time, the bell alone made the dog salivate. That is classical conditioning, a learned response to a previously neutral stimulus. Another example is Little Albert, an experiment conducted in 1920 by John Watson and Rosalie Rayner. Researchers paired a white rat with a loud, scary noise. Over time, Albert became afraid of the rat itself, even without the noise. This shows how emotions, like fear, can be learned. Classical conditioning shows up in classrooms all the time. A student who has repeated negative experiences with learning math may develop a math anxiety, a conditioned emotional response. On the other hand, a positive teacher can help students associate school with encouragement and confidence. In summary, classical conditioning helps us understand learned reactions like fear, excitement, and anxiety. Teachers, intervention specialists, counselors, and anyone who interacts with students can use this knowledge to create a more supportive learning environment. Thank you, and I hope you've learned something. Have an unconditional day.